Good morning, everyone. We'll be starting soon. We're just waiting for more people to join. Thank you guys so much for attending.
You want to start about 12:05?
Yeah. Good morning, Brooklyn. How are you? Hi, Darlene. How are you?
Who brought the snacks?
Unfortunately, I did not.
We're gonna start charging.
Good afternoon. Good morning.
We're gonna start charging.
Go ahead, Nadia.
We're gonna start charging snacks for
Snacks.
entrance fee. Yeah.
If you guys recommend any snacks at all, drop it in the comments.
Yes. What's everyone snacking on?
Yeah.
As you can tell, I'm hungry. Ooh, ranch Doritos.
Oh, those are so good. You want to know
the blue one?
Yeah, that's the blue one. My favorite one is the purple bag. Well, I can eat I can eat the whole thing, like no hesitation, just all the way through.
Okay, snacking on social justice. That get me right back together. Thank you, Miss Kia. Thank you. All right, everybody, we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome. We are NC Counts Coalition, and today is part one of a three-part webinar series on social media, setting up your social media for nonprofits. My name is Nikia Smith, and I am a community engagement coordinator with NC Counts Coalition, and I will be co-paneled and co-host by the lovely Beatrice Bebron. Did I say that right?
Bobrin. It's okay.
Bobrin. Oh, I practice, y'all. I practice. Okay. Anyway, we'll get started. So today's presentation is kind of going over the basics, sort of setting up your social media accounts. So right now we have a poll. We're just wanting to check everyone's level of engagement, like where you are currently with your social media. What's your primary platform? What are you most comfortable with? So on and so forth. Would that be Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter? And if you could just go ahead and fill that out for us, please. She got some options there. The
What
poll.
you said, the poll?
Uh-huh.
Yes, they're filling it out now. I'm gonna give it like one more minute.
Okay.
I think it's like maybe 2 or 3 people who didn't fill it out yet. Yeah. But it looks like Facebook is what people use the most, and in a time like this, Instagram is pretty popular. Or I guess it depends on your demographic, but we'll get into that in our next webinar.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So thank you guys for taking the time to complete that poll. Today these are the things we will discuss. We'll discuss the benefits of social media, how to set up your Facebook page, how to set up your Instagram profile, and how to set up your Twitter profile. And then we will follow by questions and answers. Since most of you guys are participating or are most comfortable with Facebook, we can go a little faster through that. And then we can slow up for Instagram and Twitter. So many of us tune to social media previously probably as mostly entertainment or as an entertainment platform. But since COVID, thank you very much, we've seen the increase of usage of digital platforms for things such as entertainment, news, and business. Most people are coming to social media to find more information on businesses, their opening, what they do, so on and so forth, what services they may provide, things like that. While each platform has major benefits or preferences, we've outlined 4 major benefits for social media for nonprofits. The first being optimizing your social profile. Here, you can invite a call to action when people first arrive to your page. So take, for example, here at NC Counts Coalition, our primary purpose is to get people to participate in the census. So that's what our call to action would be. We want to remind you that it's better to manage fewer profiles and start with one you post most often. We began with a Facebook page and then progressed into Instagram and Twitter. So the second benefit would be to create real life engagement. That's super important in this day and time because we're not out in the community. So here with social media, you have the option of hosting social media challenges, allowing your audience to engage with you to participate in something. So I don't know if you guys remember, but we hosted a social media challenge for our Black Counts. So we had a challenge for videos, memes, stuff like that. So here we were trying to get our community to engage with us to participate in the census, of course. Third would be to empower advocates, providing toolkits and resources to allow followers to be advocates for themselves. You can see that basically like on our Facebook page. And then finally, to celebrate impact. Showcase your work, so showing others what your company does or what your organization does, and inspire others to keep working. So take, for example, you can host an Instagram takeover to show or explain that impact. This is done very well through the medium of Twitter. Twitter, you often hear Twitter storms and stuff like that. Take, for example, on Census Child Day or Census Day for Kids, we hosted a Twitter storm. And so for about an hour, everyone just posts and posts and posts about counting the census for kids. That type of thing can create impact using social media. So when you're ready for your social media profile, before you begin, you need a few things. First and foremost, you need an email address, one designated email address where, one designated email address. You need a short name or a nickname for your company. Many of our partners or many of us as organizations, we have long names like NC Counts Coalition. Our shortened name is NC Counts. Then you need a logo. As you can see here, you can see our logo up at the top. It's the 3 hands. You need a tagline or important action items. One of our taglines is NC Counts or hashtag NC Counts. And then you need one designated social media manager. We're not saying that you need to hire a social media manager. Your budget may or may not allow for that, but you do need one designated person that is making sure that posts are happening per week, or they can respond to direct messages and stuff like that that you may receive from your social media. from here, I am going to lend it over to Beatrice.
So hey guys, and Nikki, if you could pause the video and run it back.
Okay.
Thank you. But here we're going to show you guys how to set up your Facebook page. I'm going to walk you through the step-by-steps of how your Facebook page will look, or how the Facebook app will look when you're setting it up. Right now, this is how it looks from inside of a Facebook profile. I will begin by saying, in order to set up a Facebook page, you have to have a Facebook profile. You cannot create a Facebook page without already having a Facebook profile. If you don't have a Facebook profile, that is okay. You can create one for yourself. You don't have to add any friends. You just need it to create a Facebook page. Only because if you post anything inappropriate, if hacking is involved, or if you get, inappropriate messages, etc., they need someone to report to when things like this happen. So if you just set up a Facebook page without a Facebook profile, there will be technically nobody designated to the page. So we need that. And I want to also shout out to Robco Counts. I see Dr. Powell on the line, for offering their organization as an example to show how you set up your Facebook page. So Nikki, you can play the video. So here, this is what it looks like from inside the Facebook app. And when you tap pages in your settings, you want to click create and get started to create your first Facebook page. So here it goes into what category your Facebook page will be in. We want to put nonprofit or whatever category your organization falls under. The reason why we do this is when people look for specific organizations or companies under these categories, your category will come up, which allows more traffic to come to your page. So if you want to press play. And here I'm typing in nonprofit organization because that's what Robco Counts is, and they're going to come underneath that list. Next, what do you want to name this page? So in our checklist, we stated how we needed a short name. This is when we put the short name. We don't want to put a long name. We want to put something people can easily remember and find your page quickly. If you don't have a website, that is perfectly fine. This gives you an opportunity to add an action item of where your website would be. So in this case, for Robco Counts, one of their biggest mission actually is to get Robeson County counted. So in this case, we're going to put my2020census.gov as their website. So when people tap website, it'll bring them straight there for them to complete their census. But if you don't have one, you can also put NA or I don't have a website. Here you would add your profile picture, your cover photo. So again, in your checklist, we stated how you needed a logo. You don't have to make anything extravagant. I actually made the logo for Robco Counts in Canva, which is a good site to allow you to create many graphics for social media. But we could talk more about that in our next webinar. So stay tuned and join us for that one. You can press button. Thank you. And just that quickly, your Facebook page is created. At the bottom, you see it says add images to this page. And Nikki, you can press play. It'll show you the next things you could do. Add images to this page, invite friends to like this page. And by inviting friends, it'll show your entire friend list on Facebook. So this is my entire friend list on Facebook. It has my mom, my best friend, my best friend's grandmother, the whole 9 yards. And I could select all to get all of them to come to this Facebook page to like it. So you're already building an audience of your own based off your own friend list. And then it also asks you to create your first post. For Robco Counts, I created an introduction on their Facebook page, by basically saying, why are they here? What is their mission? What you can do to, help them accomplish their goal, etc. And that is the beginning of your Facebook page. So this is what the short name Facebook page, and it's going to transition into Robco Counts settings, but I'm just showing you how it looks. Here you have pages and public figures to follow. It shows you other nonprofits. So you see NAACP, Giving Time, NPR, TED, to follow those pages to give you inspiration of other nonprofits, other organizations in that category you selected in the beginning, to get inspiration and see how they engage with their followers. So here, it shows page transparency. It shows what you've posted on your page, the history of what you've done on this page. So if you have multiple people that manage the Facebook page, they could come here to see what has been done so far and maybe what needs to be done next. But we get into those specifics of like a to-do list for social media in our next webinar. That's right. And sorry about the lag, it was moving pretty close, quicker than that. So here we're showing the about, where you can also add your hours of operation, a phone number, an email, your website, and much more. You can hit, and then where you can add events, photos, videos, and community. So community is where you can also invite friends again, just in case you were looking for that option to invite your friends to like your page like it did in the beginning. So if you were looking to do that again and you forgot to do it the first time, you could always go to community and invite people to like your page. Right here, it shows groups. So here you can create a group underneath your Facebook page. And one thing you can create a group for is by having a group of people who's dedicated to sharing your posts. So for Robco Counts, one of the things I mostly plan on doing is creating a Facebook page, creating a Facebook group for them where they have a group of dedicated people that just promises to share their posts. So once this group is created, I'll be able to share the post in that group, and everybody in that group will be able to share it, like it, comment, so they get first dibs on it being on their timeline.
May I add something, Beatrice?
Yeah, go ahead.
Groups are really great because you can kind of concentrate your information. So take, for example, one of my partners here in Cumberland County is Partnership for Children. And I'm not saying that this is what they have, but this is my suggestion for a group. So Partnership for Children deals with children, I think it's 0 to 4. So take, for example, they wanted to have a group that was specific to infants. They wanted to have a group that was specific to, say, toddlers. That type of thing can get you, you can put out information that is specific to a certain demographic within your entire community.
That was great, Nakia. Thanks for adding that. You can press play. And so here it shows reviews. So where people come leave a review on your nonprofit, your organization. And it also shows your post at the end, basically listing out all your posts in one feed. Because on the main page, it's kind of hard to see them all because they have all these suggestions in there, but it also gives you the option to just view your post on its own at the very end. And you can press play. So you want to go to settings, and in settings, you can see where you can update your page info. Again, adding the phone number, the contacts, the websites, etc. And you could also add a category. So in this case, you know, I added nonprofit again because I didn't see it like before. And community, I removed that. But here we are in Robco Counts. So I'm changing their settings out, added their website, my 2020 census.gov. And again, it also gives you the option again, my page doesn't have a website. Adding a description. So description, I use pretty much their tagline, strengthen your community, let your voice be heard, and be counted. So every time anyone hear those words in that same sentence, they know it's Robco Counts. You know, you want to make sure you have a phrase that you can say often, a phrase that people can remember. You know, it's very important for branding purposes. So when people see this, they remember Robco Counts without even looking at the logo. So I'm switching out like our Facebook page to follow our Instagram. And I'm gonna show you guys how to set up your Instagram right after this video. But I'm changing that out so people know that the same name for our Facebook page is also the same name for our Instagram. And then I add a little emoji at the end, you know, for fun. You can press play. Thank you. And then I'm adding their email. So if anybody wants to get in contact with them, they will go through this email address to reach out. But you could also select my page does not have an email. You have that option as well. But I truly suggest one because a lot of people, you know, A lot of people don't have Messenger on their phone to even send a message through Messenger. So I would definitely list the email. So by the time people could just tap it, they could just send a message out to you guys and you guys would get it. And so we're back into the settings. You can check your Messenger settings. So you also have the option of listing instant replies or away messages. So if someone contacted you guys after hours, you can have an away message, or if you guys plan on, as an organization taking a break for a week, you can list an away message for it to send automatically anytime someone sends a message to you. Instant reply, if your audience asks you the same question often, you can select a message in your instant replies to just immediately send it. So here we are in your page roles. So if your Facebook profile, if you already set it up a page in your Facebook profile and you wanted to add someone else as admin, moderator, editor, etc., you can come here to add them to the page as well. So in this case, we have me listed as admin, but we also have Cheryl Powell listed as admin as well, because once my role ends, she will be admin. And you can have more than 2 or 3 or 5 admins. But I definitely suggest on keeping one person as admin and everybody else in different roles, because we want to make sure it goes through a chain of command to make sure nothing inappropriate or the wrong things aren't posted. Considering it's connected to your Facebook profile, if you meant to post something on your personal Facebook and it ended up on a Facebook page by mistake, being listed as moderator or editor would stop it and only have the admin approve the post. So that's why roles are very important. We want to make sure to have one designated person listed as the social media manager.
I think there's a question, Beatrice.
Yes, this is being recorded and played back for later. This will be on our Facebook and it will be uploaded to our YouTube. So as soon as this is over, you can go on our Facebook page and see it as well. So here we are where we can see who liked our Facebook page in the settings. You can let it keep playing. Okay. We can see who liked our Facebook page in the settings. We can also see pages that other pages that like this page and also people that are banned from this page. You can also connect your Instagram. So we want to make sure that's connected to knock 2 birds out with 1 stone. Instagram is Facebook, and you can pause it, Nikki. Instagram and Facebook is owned by the same company. So by making sure that they're connected, once you post on Instagram, you can also post on Facebook and vice versa at the same time. So you can post on 2 social media platforms at the same time, knocking 2 birds out with 1 stone. And you can run it back like maybe 10 seconds.
Oh no, okay, so sorry.
It's okay. We're just gonna run it back for 10 seconds. It was like maybe right here. Yeah, that's what this one. Sorry about that, guys. We were moving a little too fast. Just a little. Okay, maybe it's like this. So we're back in like this range. And okay, Instagram, there we go. By connecting your accounts, it allows you to post on both social media profiles. You can also connect your WhatsApp. WhatsApp, I know of the app only because that's how I communicate with my family in Haiti. So I know a lot of foreigners use that app to communicate internationally. In and nationally, like those who reside in the US. So that's something that's used in the foreign community a lot. So if you want to connect those to see if you could, like, post and reach out to foreigners, that's great as well. You can press play, Nakia. Thank you. And then you see where you can go to your page support inbox. If you have any issues, you can reach out to Facebook community. So here is very important as well. Here, tag post is turned on, but after this video, I went back and I turned it off. We want to make sure that this is off, only because if anybody tags us in anything and it's inappropriate, it will immediately come up on the page. We want to make sure that we want to approve these posts before it comes, so nothing inappropriate ends up on your Facebook page. So, in your page management history, again, this is where you can look at what was done on your Facebook page during its time. So again, if you have a to-do list of things that needs to be done on there, you can go on the page management history and see if it has been done or if it hasn't. You can press play. And so here, this is very important as well. Post, we want to make sure that it's checked off at the top option. So in this case, it says post as Robco counts. We want to make sure that's checked and not post as your personal Facebook profile. By doing that, if by mistake you're posting something and you meant to post it on your Facebook page, but this is selected, it'll get posted on your Facebook profile and you not even know it. So you want to make sure that when you get into your Facebook page and you're ready to post, that this option is selected, so it only goes to your Facebook page first. And then if you want to share it on your Facebook profile, you can just share it by clicking the share button. But you want to make sure that the first option is selected, so when you post, it's only going on the Facebook page. You can press play. And so this is our Facebook page set up. You can also add buttons, create events, and at the bottom you see page and public figures to follow. Shows the same options as before. But this is our Facebook page set up. So next we're gonna go to how we set up our Instagram profile. You can hit the next slide, Nikki. Thank you. So this is how your Instagram profile looks when you first come into it. If you already have one, and if you don't, that's perfectly okay. Instagram has great step-by-step on how to create a new profile if this is you downloading the app for the first time. But if you already have an Instagram profile, this is the steps you will go through to create a new Instagram profile for your nonprofit or organization. So this is what your profile looks when you first enter. You want to click the 3 bars that's at the top right-hand corner. You can press play. And at the bottom, a list opens up and it starts with settings. So that's what you want to click first. And then once you're in settings, if you scroll down to the very bottom, you'll see in blue, add account or log out. You want to click add account. And then you would click create new account. Here you would type in the same short name that you use for your Facebook page, because you want to make sure your branding stays the same. You want to make sure all social media pages are the same. You're going to add the same email that you use for your Facebook or your Instagram page. And then you want to type in the confirmation code that came to your email and create a password. Creating a secure and hard to guess password is very important. All of our hackers are at home during this time and they've been hacking everything. We want to make sure we create something that's hard to guess. Add your birthday, whatever date you want to choose, the creation of your organization, and your profile is set up. Welcome to Instagram Robco Counts. So here you can connect your Facebook. So you can find your Facebook friends to get them to follow your page if they have an Instagram themselves, and if both accounts are connected. So I do believe their accounts have to be connected in order for us to find them on Instagram. And you can also add your contacts, add a profile picture, and our profile is created. So to make our Facebook, Instagram profile, a business account, We're going to go back to the three bars at the top right hand corner, click settings, and then tap account underneath ads. And then you want to click switch to professional account. You want to select business. So creator is for, so, and you can pause it. Thank you. Creator is for like social media influencers. They usually set up their account in that, like they usually choose that option. Just, you know, public figures, comment producers, influencers, etc. But since we have an organization, we're going to select business because, you know, we represent more than just ourselves. Press play to you. You can learn about your followers by setting up a business page, reach out to your customers, and add contact options. You want to select the same category as before, nonprofit organization. Review your contact info by adding an email, telephone number if you have one, or your business address. And so here we're going to connect our Facebook page. In order to have a business account or, you know, anything like that on Instagram, we have to have a Facebook page connected to it. Since our Facebook, it was already connected, well, my Facebook is already connected to Instagram, all the Facebook pages that I'm admin for pulled up. So at the bottom, Robco Accounts pulled up after creating our Facebook page. So we want to select that and hit next. And so it's now connected. To complete your profile, you want to add you can add the full name of your organization because it's not considered your username. This is not what people have to type in to pull you up. But if you want people to know the full name of your organization, you can type that in there in name. But in this case, I just put Robco Account. So, you know, everybody remembers that. Type in your username, the same short name that is before a website. But in this case, I put the bio first. So I use the same bio that I use on the Facebook page because I want people to remember, strengthen your community, let your voice be heard, and be counted, because that is their tagline. And anytime someone hears that, they remember Robco Account. So we want to make sure we're consistent with what we say, what we use as our tagline, as our hashtags. And I add like our Facebook page, Robco Account, so people know what to type in when they're on Facebook to find our Facebook page. Added an emoji for fun, and done. You can press play. Change the Facebook profile, the Instagram profile. And there we go. Our profile set up. You can invite your friends. You can invite them by WhatsApp, text messages, email, and depending on your phone, once you click invite by, your phone will give you options of how else to share to. So on iPhone, I believe you can share through Twitter, text messages, and whatever apps you have on your phone that allows you to share and speak with others. You can also follow Facebook friends. So if other people have their Instagram and their Facebook connected, they will come up on that list. And you can also follow contacts. So pull up the contacts in your phone that have their Instagram and their telephone number connected. So their Instagram profile will pull up, for you to follow them. Press play. So you can also learn from others, like Facebook. It gives you a list of other nonprofits, other organizations for you to follow. So you see how they're engaged with their audience and what things they do on Instagram, to do the same. And then you want to share your first photo or video. In this case, I use their logo to make an introductory post to Instagram. I'm basically letting them know who we are, why we're here, what we plan to do. So I said, welcome to Robco Accounts Instagram. Here's where we will be sharing census related information as well as importance. Please share our Instagram page to your followers and friends. If you want to first play. And assist us in getting Robeson County counted. Here we can tag people. Tagging people would allow your post to be on the Instagram's page, on others people's Instagram page in their tag section. It won't be on their feed, but it'll be in the section where other people tag them. So if other organizations allow people to tag them on Instagram, it'll pull up in there. So the difference between tagging people on Facebook and Instagram is that once you tag someone on Facebook, and they had the option to any public post come up on their feed, it will show on their feed. On Instagram, if you tag people, it'll show up in a tag section, not on their Instagram feed, but in the tag section. um, I would have that option open, but I would check the tag section frequently to make sure nothing inappropriate, allowed us to be tagged. Like, we don't want people to see that. So Instagram is much safer to have that option open, but I wouldn't suggest that for Facebook. But here you can tag people. You can also add the location, Robinson County. So if anybody's on Instagram and they're searching for organizations, businesses, or anything like that in their area, and they type in Robinson County, their profile will come up for them to follow. And then at the bottom, post the other accounts. You can post to Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. There we go. People don't really use that app anymore. It really was for bloggers back in the day, but it's not something I see people use to promote anything. But Facebook and Twitter is really good to have. And again, it allows you to knock two birds out with one stone. So I selected post to Facebook so it could come up on their Facebook page. And so just checking everything, and our first post is created. So this is what our first post looks like from our viewpoint, not from anybody else looking at our Instagram page, but from ours. Here you can see view, insights, and promote. And we're going to talk more about that in our next webinar, so stay tuned. But insights allows you to see who's seen the post, who shared it, things like that. So don't feel discouraged when you realize not too many people liked your post. As long as a good amount of people seen it, that's all that matters. You got the message. You can press play. And so I believe this is the end of our Instagram video. So now our Instagram profile is now created. We have our one post on there, 0 followers, 0 following, but it's gonna grow, guaranteed. So we're gonna go into how to set up your Twitter. And Twitter is even easier, than Facebook and Instagram. So, but again, this is recorded. So you can always play it back if it goes too fast for you. But here, this is how a Twitter feed looks if you already have a Twitter. Again, if you've never used Twitter before, you're not too sure how, downloading it for your first time and setting it up, it brings you a step-by-step screen. It's pretty easy, but in this case, I'm showing how it would look from a Twitter profile that was already created and how to create a new one. So at the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see the home button. If you press and hold it, multiple profiles will come up, but then at the bottom of that, you'll see create a new profile, new account. So you want to select that. And then you want to type in the same short name you use for your Instagram name and your Facebook page, because we want to keep, the same name, same consistent branding. So once people type in that name, your profile comes up. You want to add the same emails before. And then whatever birthday, founding date of your organization you want to add. So here, in the key, if you could pause it. So here, don't be alarmed if you're not too sure what this is. Basically, by turning this on, it allows for Twitter to post ads or any other information related to what you search on your Safari or anything like that on the other apps on your phone. So it pretty much tracks what you're interested in, so they know how to set up your Twitter feed. So you have the option of whether you want to turn this on and off, but that's completely up to you. Here, create your account. You want to click sign up and your account is officially created. It sends you a code, add that code. And again, you want to make sure you add a password that's very hard to guess. The hackers are home during COVID and that's what they do for their pastime. So you want to make sure they're not hacking your social media. You want to pick your profile picture. Again, like in our checklist, we had a logo. So you want to add that same logo so everybody remembers that represents your organization. The same bio. In this case, I added, you can press play Nikki. In this case, I added both, like our Facebook page, like our Instagram, and the same tagline: strengthen your community, let your voice be heard, and be counted. So anytime anybody hears those words, they remember Robco counts. And so you want to select what you're interested in. I scroll down to the bottom to nonprofit organizations, and it's underneath government. So political body, nonprofits, humanitarian. You know, it gives you options for other organizations that does the same, so you can get inspiration of how they engage with their followers. Here it shows suggestions for you to follow. Barack Obama, you know, that's my guy. So follow him every time. Ella DeGeneres, LeBron James, you know, depending on who you're interested in. And our Twitter is now set up. You press play. So here we're going back to our Twitter profile. And here I'm going to add, you can press play. Okay, here I'm going to edit our profile and add our location for the same reason, like we'll add the website for the same reason like before. Once people click that website, it gives them an action item to do, complete the census, because that is our ultimate goal. Add a location, Robeson County. So anytime someone is looking for businesses or organizations in Robeson County, this Twitter profile will come up for them to follow. Get done. Add your logo in the picture, add a cover picture if you have one, and our profile is now set up. And I believe I went back just to change something. And now our Twitter profile is now set up. You can make your first tweet to introduce yourself, like Instagram and Facebook, but that is how you create a Twitter profile. Twitter is pretty easy. Twitter just, you know, tweet every now and then for people if they need to know something. 280 characters, I believe you are allowed to have when you're tweeting. It's not something you use to create long posts. It's usually something that's quick. You know, one thing that we often post is complete your census. So we have that link in the tweet so people can tap it. It'll pull up in the Twitter browser for people to complete it, and they'll be good to go. And that is the end of how to set up your Twitter profile. Does anybody have any questions? So I believe a couple questions came in the chat room. Will we receive the recording of this webinar? Yes. It is also recorded and being posted live on our Facebook. So if you're looking for it immediately after, you can go to our Facebook page and see counts, and you'll be able to find it on there. In the questions, it says, how do you delete previous pages? So to delete previous pages, you can go in the settings of your Facebook page. And I believe I can share my phone screen to show you how. Give me 1 second. Or better yet, let's share my screen. Okay, just a couple more seconds. It's now pulling up. Okay, share screen. Okay, Nikki, can you see my screen? Okay, so this is what it looks like on the desktop. You can also do it on your phone, but here I'm gonna show you guys on how to do it on your computer. Here I'm looking at the Facebook page as like, you know, admin. for NC Counts, at the bottom left-hand corner, you want to click Page Settings. And then at the very bottom of Page Settings, you will scroll down and click Remove Page. I'm not going to click it because we really need this. So, but this is where you would click it to remove the page from the Facebook pages. But if you want to disable your page for some time and relaunch it at another time, you can also unpublish your page from up here where it says page visibility, and you can edit it by, and you can unpublish the page so no one can see it from the outside, but you can. So it gives you time to edit your page, make changes, add things, and then, have like a relaunch. But that is basically how you do that. Does anyone have any other questions at all? We have some time left. I see someone raise their hand. Ethel, I'm going to allow you to talk if you're ready. Hello, Ethel. Ethel, the floor is yours.
I think you answered her question.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna take her. I'm gonna disable her talking. And if you have another one, let us know. But does anyone else have any other questions at all? Or anything for me to go back over if I went too fast? Thanks, Brooklyn. That's amazing. All right. Well, if there's not any other questions, I'm going to let everyone go. Thank you guys so much for coming. This was amazing. Stay tuned for our next webinar. And Nikki, if you want to show that on the screen.
Yep.
So join us for part 2 on Thursday, May 28th at noon. You can register at bit.ly/social media part 2 for our next webinar, where we'll be discussing on when to post on social media, learning the acronym, learning on what times to post, where you would get most engagement, and how to basically organize your social media posts, calendar, etc., into the heavy part of social media. So stay tuned. But bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you for coming.
Thank you guys so much for coming.